Hey guys, happy Sunday. I am here to share with you about Lyme disease and how it's affected our family and kind of what we've done about that. So, if you're here, you probably either feel stuck, overwhelmed, you're watching someone that you love struggle and don't know what else to try. And we have been there. Our daughter with Lyme disease is currently 15. She got diagnosed at 9, and it was a wild ride. So I'm not here to diagnose or replace doctors at all. I just want to share our story and what helped support our daughter's body and my body as a mama that was trying to do all the things and figure everything out. So hopefully this will help you. You'll have some nuggets to take away from this. I do have notes because I want to make sure that I keep my thoughts in line and I respect your time. So thank you for giving 15 minutes of your time here. I truly do appreciate it. So symptoms that our daughter had that manifested were migraines 3 to 5 times a week and intense migraines where she would lose her vision. So her Lyme's has settled in her occipital lobe, which affects your vision. Okay. Um, I don't know if they would technically call it a neuro Lyme. I do know that's a phrase out there, but we never had anybody tell us this. In fact, I kind of had to fight. I did fight for the diagnosis. We did Western medicine because we thought maybe a tumor. There was no tumor there. Did all the things. Had a doctor tell us that it's just because she was trying to get attention, and we're like, no, that's not it at all. Somebody else is like, oh, it's nothing. She's fine. And finally, went to a functional medicine doctor who actually heard me, listened to me, cared, and said, no, something's going on, and we are going to um, dig into this and see what we can find out. Okay. So, fatigue, extreme fatigue, like in bed 20 hours a day as a 9-year-old. Brain fog, those migraines, vision. She loved to read and she was no longer able to read. So she got like a Kindle and was able to listen to audiobooks, but just being around people, exhausted her. Anxiety started peaking and she'd never had a problem before. Pain, like joint pain, body pain, different stuff like that. And we're like, wow, like this is really odd. So she was not living a normal life like a 9-year-old should have. Okay. Being in bed 20 hours a day is not normal for kids. Um, she would come upstairs to be with us where we were, and she would crash out on the sofa. So it was very intense for all of us. I felt helpless to a point, scared. Um, I was also determined that I wasn't just going to settle. I've always kind of dabbled in the holistic side of things and knew that we needed to figure out what was actually going on so we knew how to help her body. So we did do a whole lot of supplementation. We did do um, rounds of antibiotics. Once somebody finally said, yes, this is Lyme disease, and she had mold exposure and heavy metal toxicity. Okay, so we kind of had a trifecta of things going on there. And we did supplements. I had two 8.5 by 11 sheets of paper that had our supplement routine on there. And the ones that we were supposed to do a morning, mid-morning, lunch, afternoon, dinner, before bed. And trying to keep all that straight as well as manage all my other kids because we have a total of 5 kids. Um, and she didn't want to drink water. She didn't want to swallow pills. I mean, it was challenging. Um, then we did like IV therapy. So we did ozone, a lot of ozone. It got to the point where one arm had enough scar tissue in there that we could only use the other arm. And that was, her veins are really deep. And sometimes that would just be traumatic. And we were going in twice a week for that. It did help some, but also we just weren't quite sure kind of what that would look like long term. Okay. Um, Lyme is a bacteria that can overwhelm the body. and it can be difficult for doctors to even want to diagnose or, say this is what it is. In fact, we had a doctor tell us, oh, we don't have Lyme disease in our state. And I looked at him and I said, we're a transient society. Like, we have been all over many states. She could have picked it up anywhere. Like, this is not rocket science. Let's just run the test. And he did not even want to think about it or believe about it. Mold is toxins that stress the immune system. Okay, it can be environmental mold, it can be mold indoors. Both weaken your detox pathways, disrupt your gut health, and cause inflammation everywhere. And all of those things are what help keep our body healthy. Her body wasn't broken, it was just overwhelmed with so much that it was having to deal with. It was like a sink that's clogged, and if you keep pouring stuff in it, but you don't open the drain or the drain doesn't get unclogged, nothing improves. It was just sitting there, okay? Her detox pathways got backed up. Her gut health was off. Her immune system was overworked. There was just so much attacking this poor little body. So we stopped trying to fix everything at once. We had some things happen that caused us to relocate to a different state to try and get her out of the environment that was continually filling her bucket because her body wasn't able to properly detox, and see if we could hit a baseline for a bit. We just knew that we needed to support her body. So some of the key pillars of things that we did, after we relocated, was I knew I needed simple. I knew I couldn't keep up with all the things that we had on the papers and trying to find a doctor in the new area. We still keep in connection with our other functional medicine doctor, but I was just like, she needed a break from the needles and being poked. Honestly, she was done. She was over it. She was like, and I was like, okay. I had a 1-year-old at this point, and then trying to walk all the kids through moving and leaving their whole community. So we all just kind of needed to pause there for a little bit. And I was praying, Lord, we've got to do something to help. Like, what do you recommend? And the Lord brought in some things that pertain to gut health, detox support, and blood sugar and inflammation, okay, to help balance those. So the microbiome is where so much healing starts. Like Hippocrates said, all disease begins in the gut. And I knew her gut was out of whack. It had been attacked. I also knew that her liver was just backed up with all kinds of stuff. So this is where Plexus fit in for us. It supported all three of these things in a simple, consistent way. And it's how we were able to do something simple. Okay. She had, after a few months on the products, she had more energy. She gets migraines once a quarter now instead of 3 to 5 times a week. And that's how she had them for years. She's able to do normal life activities. She gets up early. She exercises. She just went on a camp for 10 days where they hiked miles upon miles. They were in the Black Hills of South Dakota. They slept in tents. She didn't get all the sleep that she normally does, and she did fine. She was able to enjoy being with friends and learning about the Lord, all kinds of things while she was on this camp. It was totally amazing. Now, we did do some additional things that we have in our toolbox when she got back, because we could just tell that her body was still needing some extra support. And so we do like foot detox baths and different things like that to help her, as well as like kicking up some things that help her body process different ag chemicals that she still struggles with at times. So it was pretty cool to be able to see her after months, be able to interact with people, to be able to do schoolwork, to be able to just do teenage life. And now she's chomping at the bit to drive. So that is pretty incredible for us as a family, our whole family, to watch this when we thought that we didn't know, it wasn't looking good. We were to the point that We were looking at her learning Braille with what limited vision she had and getting her a therapy dog because that's what we thought our next steps were going to be. So if you're exhausted trying to figure something out, if you're tired of not being heard or your child's not being heard, if you feel like you've tried everything and it just isn't working, there is another layer of support that you can give their body. Okay. This is where it gets simple. Okay. Because we needed that. We needed that simple solution to go from 2 sheets of paper to just a 3-step system, essentially. I can walk you through what we did step by step. If you want to try what helped her, I'm happy to share that with you. I'm just a mom sharing all the things that we've done, what supported us. We did do ozone. Ozone really helped, especially when we did 10-pass ozone, but that also took a lot of time out of our day. That was normally about a 2-hour process, and we were doing that twice a week. So this is simple. It's so simple. Anyways, I feel for moms that are struggling or have children that are struggling and are trying to put the pieces together as well as be mom. Not only did this help our daughter, it also helped me because I wasn't about to give her something unless I tried it first. And little did I know how badly I needed this and how it helped my hormones, how it helped balance my body and my gut and the energy that I had, the mental clarity to actually be able to process things. I just so thankful for these products and how they've helped me and my daughter and so many others in our family. Because Lyme and mold took so much from her. This is what helped us start getting her life back. And when your child is sick and no one else really has answers, you look for anything that will help. We were told just to manage your symptoms. It's just how it was. And I was the mom that was like, no, this isn't how it is. We're not settling. We're going to fight this until there is no more fight left anymore. If any of that resonates with you, hey, please get in touch with me. You can send me a message, Facebook, Instagram, and let's connect and see if this too could be a solution for you or someone that you know and love, because it has been one of the best blessings for our family. Yeah, don't suffer alone. There is community. There are different ways.